You already know what it is. Welcome back to my channel, Cooking and Smacking with me, RJ. Now I know you guys have seen the thumbnail. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make smothered chicken and gravy, or you can serve it on some mashed potatoes. It's up to you. Now this easy meal is for those people that are like literally coming home from work or school, and you know, you can just go ahead and pop this in the oven, go ahead and take a shower, relax, and by the time you finish doing all that, then you can go ahead and pull this out the oven and go ahead and boom, dinner's done. Hey, and with that being said, let me stop all the talking and let's get into it. Let go! All right, people, so let's get into these ingredients. So right here we have whipping cream. I'm gonna use 1 cup of whipping cream. Okay, right here we have olive oil. I'm gonna be using that to fry our chicken. Here we have 3 chicken breasts that I cut into halves. Now you guys can use 6 chicken thighs. It's up to you. Right here we have 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. All right, now the seasonings. 2 tablespoons of tomato bouillon, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Now I'm adding 1 tablespoon of paprika, tablespoon of black pepper. Now I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of salt. All right, guys, so grab your whisk and go ahead and mix and incorporate all these ingredients. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our season and sprinkle it on this chicken like so. Make sure you give it a nice amount of seasoning so that your chicken has flavor. Now let's go ahead and mix it up. Don't mind me, I didn't say anything. All right, so we're gonna give this chicken a few more tosses to make sure that everything's incorporated. All right, so it's time to season our flour. Let's add the rest of the season from earlier. All right, so let's add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now let's add 1 teaspoon of salt just to give it some flavor. I have my whisk. Now it's time to incorporate all my seasonings: tomato bouillon, paprika, Italian seasoning, chili powder, salt and pepper. Now you guys can use whatever seasonings that you guys like. It's up to you, but these are the seasonings that I use on almost everything that I cook. All right, so time to do our chicken. Place it inside of the flour like so, and I go ahead and press down so that the chicken gets a good coating and the coating stays on the chicken. Now, as you see here, I'm gonna flip it over, make sure I cover the other side, but oops, there's a missing spot there, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over that again because we don't want any kind of chicken missing any spots. And I place it on my rack. Next piece, same thing, cover it up, press down on it so that our chicken has a great coating on it. Flip it over, do the same thing. Spots are missing, so I'm going to go ahead and fill them in so that we have an even thick crust on our chicken when we fry it. Place it onto the rack. Now you guys can use Louisiana fried chicken batter. You guys can put about 1 cup inside of the flour to give it a nice exclusive taste. As you guys see here, I'm actually working on this piece right here. Flip it over. As you see there's a piece missing. Let's go ahead and fill it in, throw it on the rack. Last piece, go ahead and pat it down like so. Flip it over. Wow, that's a lot of flour not in there. So let's go ahead and fill it in, pat it down, and let's go ahead and put it on our rack. Preheated my pan with olive oil. It seems like it's hot and it's ready to go. So let's drop our chicken in like so. let's see, we have 4 pieces in here. Let me see if I can drop one more. Okay, fits pretty good. So place our lid on the top like so and cook for 5 minutes. Alright, so let's go ahead and preheat our oven to about 375. Alright guys, so it's been about 5 minutes. Time to go ahead and flip the chicken over. Now this step here is to pretty much cut down on the cooking process, cooking time, so that when you go ahead and put the chicken inside of the oven, you're pretty much just incorporating the gravy and letting everything else settle into each other so that you have a nice chicken and gravy. Check that out. Alright, so it's been another 5 minutes. As you guys see, the chicken is done. So now I'm going to place this top back on like so. Turn my stove off. Place my chicken over here like so. Move on to the next step. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the pan. 1 whole onion. Now we're going to saute this down for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let's go! Alright, so now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to go ahead and mix this and combine this together. Now, this smells like super duper good. We have 1 cup of flour here and 2 tablespoons of Louisiana fried batter. And I'm going to add that into our onions and garlic. Now, for you guys that don't know what that is, here you go. You can purchase this at your local grocery store. Now, let's go ahead and add 1 cup of chicken broth. And let's go ahead and whisk this in. Now you guys want to go ahead and hurry up and whisk all this in together so that you do not get dumplings, okay? Now it's time to add in our whipping cream. 1 cup of whipping cream. Now I'm going to add 1 more cup of whipping cream because I like extra sauce. You guys can do that as well. I also added another cup of chicken broth. Now you want to hurry up and break this down as much as possible so that you get this result. Nice and smooth texture. Yes, sir. And yeah, this is what you want right here. This is a texture. This is the look that you want. Nice and smooth, creamy sauce. And yeah, guys. So if you don't get the texture you want, you can always add more chicken broth. Alright, so don't forget that, more chicken broth. Now I'm adding some black pepper to give it a nice flavor. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. And this is 1 tablespoon each. Going to incorporate it like so. Time to add our chicken to our baking dish like so. Line them up just like this. Check me out. Remix. Time to place this in the oven, cover it with aluminum foil, set your timer for about an hour. Alright guys, so it's time to make our rice. Right here I have 3 cups of white rice. You guys can use brown rice, it's up to you. Now I'm gonna be making this rice inside of the oven. This is why I'm putting it on this pan like so. All right, 2 tablespoons of tomato bouillon. Sprinkle this on the rice like so. All right, now we have 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Sprinkle this on like so. And now we're gonna move on to our Mrs. Dash. 1 tablespoon of Mrs. Dash. Sprinkle this on like so. All right, so now we have 1 cup of chicken broth, and we're just gonna smooth this in like so. Time to mix it in like so. Let's get all those seasonings inside that rice. Talking about having some good rice with this chicken. Oh yeah, this gonna be smacking right here. Gonna add this to the oven with our chicken, and we're gonna cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it comes out. Let's get it. All right, people, so it's time to take the rice out. It's been about 15 minutes. Check that out. Oh yeah, and check this out. I'm gonna saturate this chicken inside of this gravy one last time. Check me out. Now let's garnish the top with some fresh parsley. Yes, sir. Man, that looks awesome. Now that looks beautiful. Now you guys go ahead and tell me what you think about this in the comments. All right, people, so let's go ahead and take a taste. Let's see what it do. Whoa. Hey, now, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and tell everybody that there's a channel out there making easy recipes that anybody can make. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.